the Call of Duty comeback nobody was expecting. What's up everybody, the Black Ops 6 beta is live, and I don't know how this has happened. Call of Duty is fun again. Treyarch has been cooking. I have played the closed beta for about 12 hours, and we are going to go through everything. The weapons, the movement, the skill-based matchmaking, you name it, we're going to cover it. Treyarch has even made changes to the aim assist, so when you're up close, you actually need to aim, the game doesn't do it for you. Do you know how much of a monumental change that is? One of the developers have already confirmed they made changes, as if you've played a Call of Duty game in the past 3 to 4 years, there has been so many discussions on the aim assist saying it's way too strong, keyboard and mouse players have no chance. Treyarch took this advice on board, and wow. Seriously, wow. Now whenever I cover a new game, I always talk about things the developer may add that are just straight up fun. And one of the main gimmicks, if you want to call it that, is the omnidirectional movement that Black Ops 6 has. So you can sprint backwards, left to right, jump off buildings and look around the other way. There's a lot of discussions about the skill gap. Is this going to make the game too sweaty? More on that in a second. For the omnidirectional movement, I was a huge fan of it, purely because it's fun. You can run and jump off buildings, off trains, you can twist and slide, you can be as creative as you want to be. And to be truthfully honest, it's very refreshing, especially for the Call of Duty formula. The current word on the street, Activision, who as we all know I do not like at all, are trying to remove omnidirectional movement for Modern Warfare 4 that is slated to come out next year. Not only does Black Ops 6 offer the most flexibility in terms of moving your own character now, but the whole game feels very fluid, and for a beta, that's fantastic. Treyarch has always had a different feel to their games compared to the other two Call of Duty developers. I loved Black Ops 1. That is how long I've been playing this series, so to see it in such a great way makes me happy to see. So moving on from that, we have the weapons, the assault rifles, SMGs, shotguns, snipers, and pistols. I don't want to jinx it, but they all felt fantastic. Even the sidearms, which can feel really weak and pointless secondary weapons. If I actually missed my sniper shot, and more on snipers in a second, they were a fantastic backup weapon. The assault rifles, I love the AK. The AK-47 felt great to use, and even the MP5 SMG, I love to use that as well. I found myself picking up weapons off of dead bodies, especially when I was on a long streak, and I was like, wow, everything is actually viable and usable, which again is a very rare thing to see in video games nowadays. Treyarch deserve props for balancing the sandbox in a way that is going to feel rewarding for many players. And that brings me to the sniper rifle. So many people have wanted the snipers to be nerfed, especially with Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3 with the marksman rifles. They were so damn quick. The snipers in Black Ops 6 seem a lot more balanced. It actually requires skill to use the bolt action rifle now, as the rechambering speed isn't really fast, so if you miss your shot, you get penalized heavily. Really good snipers will thrive, but anyone who tried to use the old overpowered snipers from the last few Call of Duties as a crutch will have difficulties. Again, props to Treyarch, they balanced everything really well. Yes, there is a semi-auto sniper, it's basically just an old school rifle with a scope, and yes, you can use it to take out people very quickly. As you can see, there's gameplay of it on screen now. You need to hit level 16 out of 20 to unlock the bolt action sniper, so that's the gun I was using until I unlocked it. Even sniping, and I know FaZe Scope is going to talk about this more, the sniping in this game is in a really good spot. You can't just blindly run in and quickscope, but it is still fast enough that you can play aggressively. All in all, the weapons are fantastic. As I said, you can pick up anything and use it. They're all really viable. That is 10 out of 10 in my book. Let's move on. Next on the list is skill-based matchmaking. Yes, we are going to talk about skill-based matchmaking. As we know, on Call of Duty games, it is really strict. Here's what I noticed. Black Ops 6 wasn't as bad. Now, I'm not sure at this point if Treyarch are testing a new skill-based matchmaking system, because some games were really sweaty, other games weren't. Some games were hyper-competitive, other games were very relaxing. That feels like the old system. There is the possibility they haven't changed anything, but with the influx of all of the new Game Pass players, it's $1 to trial Game Pass Ultimate at the moment. That might have diluted the player pool enough that it's more of an enjoyable experience for everyone. If you have tried the Black Ops 6 beta, how was your experience? Leave me a comment down below. I didn't have as many games where I was getting a heap of kills and my teammates just were weighing me down. Of course that happens sometimes, but on the whole, the games were pretty balanced. I think I only had 1 or 2 blowout matches, so again, my experience in this regard was really good. I know I'm giving Treyarch a lot of props here, but they've listened on the aim assist, they've brought back classic prestige, so just like the older games, you'll hit the max level, you'll reset back to 1, and you go back through it 10 or 15 times depending on how many prestiges there are. The sniping is good, the balancing between the weapons is great, skill-based matchmaking isn't too bad. Put a little asterisk on that because I'll have to play more before I can make an informed decision about that. Even having the RCXD, the kill streak reward with the explosive car, that just takes me back to being a teenager and using it as a kid. It's only a small thing, I know, but I love that too. Now, something that might have gone under the radar, and Treyarch has actually uploaded this to their own YouTube channel, the music in this game. The main menu theme when you're looking for a game, and I've had that as background music over this video. Listen to this. They cooked so good. It is fantastic. For me, it's right up there with the Black Ops 2 iconic theme. Even the zombie soundtrack, if you haven't heard it already, I'll link it in the description. All of the music that's come out for this game is high quality. I'm just gonna say it right now, the whole game is bloody high quality. Something about the games Treyarch put out, they're different to the other two developers, and I can't put my finger on what is different. I'm not sure if it's the developers, they have extra passion compared to the other Call of Duty devs. Like, you can even take a meat shield, just like Gears of War, and the developers had the idea that it connects voice chat between the two players. Those small things are what make games amazing. And I know I'm gushing a lot about it, but in the current state of modern gaming, these small touches often don't happen anymore. So when they do happen, I try to really give the developers props because it's something I want to see more of. Adding stuff into your game that the players are going to find fun. The content interactions between the player who's being meat shielded and the one who's actually holding the player are gonna be amazing. Dolphin diving out of windows and then turning around and shooting the guy who's behind you as you fly out the window. It's just fun. Yes, it gives the game more of a skill gap, and yes, for competitive play, it's going to be very interesting to see how the game evolves. For casual play, it might not be too bad if the skill-based matchmaking is actually changed. Again, I need to give it more time before I can really weigh in on that. So with all of that said, there is no doubt this is the Call of Duty comeback, at least in terms of quality, that we definitely weren't expecting. Even the menus is very easy to navigate, which for me is very refreshing, and I'm highly critical about Call of Duty or any video game, especially a series that releases one game every year. If I recall, and you guys can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, this game has had a full 4 years of development time, the longest out of any Call of Duty in a very long time. If it is 4 years, it shows. Just the refinement, the extra time they've had really has gone a long way. The only downside, and it kinda sucks in a way, is even if Black Ops 6 is the best Call of Duty of the modern age, next year, they're just gonna release a new one. I wish it was a couple years in between releases so the really good games could have extra support, but I can tell you one thing, if Modern Warfare 4 sucks, I'm going to play Black Ops 6 instead. So there you have it. Can you believe it? A really good Call of Duty game in the year 2024. I full went into this not expecting anything. I kind of expected the worst, as Call of Duty developers across the board have been unwilling to listen to the feedback of the community, but even having the red dots on the minimap back, I love that. So let me know your thoughts of Black Ops 6 down in the comments below. Thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later.